Good morning, all you beautiful people. Here's some Wilds of Eldraine collector's boosters. Start the day off right. The season of fall. Here we are, coming to a close. The Wilds of 2023 and the Wilds of Eldraine. Should be exciting though. This is a fun, beautiful set. These great little gingerbread foil packs there. You know, at first when they showed this, I wasn't sure I'd really like all the gingerbread and food stuff, but some of it's so great. So we get our beautiful food token on top, as always. A lovely decadent dragon. Can have a million of these by the time we're done with Wilds, but some great, cute storybook art there. Polluted Ponds. Nice to see you. Questing Druid. It's got the exile the top two cards that can be played. Whenever you cast a spell that's white, blue, black, or red, put a +1/+1 counter on them. Not bad. That's a fun card. Iron Crag. And the Elvish Archivist. This is a little artifact elf synergy with some enchantment synergy as well. It's a pretty wide concept there. Probably do a lot with that. Beautiful art on that Grasp of Fate, as you can see. Griffinary. Beautiful little storybook island. And our commons and uncommons there. Gorgeous cards. Really, really nice quality. Honestly, I haven't seen many printing errors or bad foil transitions. You know, really, really clean quality cards. There's our food on top. Spectre of Mortality. Interesting little removal guy. Beautiful art there, as you can see on that foil. Shared Animosity. Virtue of Strength. Oh, what the Green Virtue. If you tap a land for mana, it gives you 3. Boy, by the time you have 7, though, you should be doing that. That's a little wild. Archon of the Wild Rose. I think this is a beautiful card. I love Archons in Magic in general. They're usually just really big, flashy creatures, and this one's no exception. Gorgeous art there. Give you a bunch of 4/4s. Ooh, boom. Foil. Beseech the Mirror. Lovely. Lovely foil Beseech the Mirror. That's a great hit there. Bingo bango. Season of Growth. Gorgeous art on that again. Look at that. So cute in these foils. And Stab Wound. Even though it's a stab wound, look at how cute it is. He's stabbing the little cookie man. This little wicked guy, but that's great art. This card is nuts in the foil too, here with these grays on whites. Beautiful card. Little storybook forest for you. Really polychromatic. Ash, Party Crasher, Hearth Elemental, The Witch's Vanity, Frostbridge Guard, Torch the Tower, Commute with Nature, and Shatter the Oath. All right, well, we're doing good. Foil Beseech the Mirror on top. Let's see what else this box might have in store for us. A lovely food token on top. The Spellbook Vendor. This is a fun little card. There might be something to this. At the beginning of combat, pay 1. If you do, make a sorcerer roll. Seen some decks trying to try this at the early access event on YouTube. Dawn of Hope. I don't know this reprint. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 2 and draw a card, and then it makes a soldier. Huh, that is wide application. Boy, that sounds commandery enough. I mean, that is a pay 2, draw a card in a Loro decks, you know, just consistently for 2. Pretty cheap. Not bad. Dawn of Hope. Wow, okay. The Horned Lock Whale. This is the special art there. Kind of scary. I wonder if this will get played. This could be a bomb in limited, though. I could see. You know, what a game ender in your Eldraft. Ooh, excuse me, Throne of Eldraine. This is kind of the commander card that's got a lot of hype. 5 colorless. Choose a color when it enters the battlefield. Add 4 mana of the chosen color, only to cast monocolored spells. So amazing for monocolored decks. And then 3 tap, draw 2. Spend only mana of the chosen color. Like, this is so much utility for everyone. So, Throne of Eldraine, commander, monocolored commander staple, I might dare to say this early. You know, this is one thing I'll say about this set that's weird. The foiling was applied in this weird way. It has this like gritty, almost pixelated texture. It's hard to show on camera, but you can kind of see on the print there. I mean, the cards overall look good, but you can see in some light they have that almost like a matte, murky sheen. Tangled Colony can't block, and when it dies, it makes a ton of rats. So, will rats become the standard deck? I've seen some people trying to make rat and mouse work Ground Seal, Hatching Plants. I mean, these cards are beautiful. Look at that fantastic art. Classics, Forest, Red Tooth Vanguard, Lord Skitter's Butcher, Seer Armand, the Redeemer, Unassuming Sage, Edgewall Pack, Sky Beast Tracker, and Belluna's Gatekeeper. All right, well, we're doing pretty good here. Beseech the Mirror and Throne of Eldriane. Let's keep going. This is a good one. Leyline of the Void in foil. Very nice. What a classic. Leyline of the Void just takes me back, guys. I'm an old Magic player, so to me, I'm like, oh, I remember Ravnica. Ooh, duplication, as we've seen heavily. It seems to be quite frequent in that composition there. If you get a foil of one of the, Wild Elf Eldraine's Enchanting Tales, that you also get that card in there. So good for the people getting that high-end mythic, that double smothering tithe action. But a lot of double ley lines coming out. Restless Fortress, very cool art here. I like the Restless Fortress out of these manlands. I mean, just the defending player loses 2 and you gain 2 can provide a lot of utility. And that's just an attack trigger. Not that you're going to attack with a 1/4 very often, but not a bad trigger in the situation you'd end up doing that. Shadow Puppeteers, what do we have here? Flying Ward, when it enters the battlefield, create 2 fairies. It's a 7-drop fairy. That's a big fairy. And whenever a creature you control with flying attacks, you may have it become a red dragon. Whoa, so this is a finisher, right? Whenever a creature you control with flying attacks, it become a red dragon with 4/4. So yeah, this just turns all your fairies into 4/4 dragons. Wow, that is a finisher. That's a commander finisher for sure. Restless Cottage, cute art there, little restless guy. Griffin Airy in foil again. These cards just look fantastic. Beautiful set. Ground Seal. I mean, even Ground Seal, Ground Seal you don't normally get excited about, but that's a beautiful card. Look at that. Love that, love that, love that. Frolicking Familiar, the otters are going off. Ariet's Tempting Apple, Soul Guide Lantern, Rowan's Grim Search, Hopeless Nightmare, Tuin Veil Guide, and Sleight of Hand. All right. Food token. The Virtue of Knowledge, very nice. Foil Mythic Showcase, Virtue of Knowledge. That's a good one. These virtues are going well, and I think Virtue of Knowledge is one of the sought-after ones. Little blue Panharmonicon effect, very nice, very nice. Goblin Bombardment, very cute art. The goblin literally being fired like a cannon. Heartflame Duelist, this is another card, and personally, I love this art. Like this kind of more, it just reminds me of kind of 70s and 80s fantasy to see this kind of like armor on a female paladin type character and these glowing swords. I really like this creature. I don't know how applicable it is, but just a beautifully well-designed card. I mean, it's a great instant attached to a 3/1 with instant and sorceries, have lifelink at this like cheap cost. Very cool. It just evokes a lot with that card. The Raging Battle Mouse. He is raging. I mean, he's not afraid of these orcs or goblins or whatever. He's a raging battle mouse. For that, I love him. Ingenious Prodigy. I love that her little glasses are falling off. She's just casting too hard. And the return of Skulk. Skulk, I didn't see it much, but boy, playing in what is it? Shadows over Eldraine Limited? Was that? Boy, it was good. It was good. What was that? What was that little Doc Skulk? Something like that. That was a good one. X +1/+1 counters on it at the beginning of your upkeep. If it has 1 or more, you remove it to draw a card. Yeah. Okay. We like drawing cards. Vampiric Rites, beautiful. Again, look at those. Compulsion, gorgeous. Yep, gorgeous. That's all you can say. Swamp, look at that. Lovely little swamp. Tattered Ratter, Bitter Chill, Tenacious Tome Seeker, Moment of Valor, Feed the Cauldron, Scream Puff. Yowza, that is a Scream Puff. Freeze in Place. I love that Black's main creature tribe in this are like these deadly desserts. It's produced some wild art. I hope, is there a card called Deadly Desserts? There really should be. Ooh, boom. Karmic Justice on top in foil. Very nice. Karmic Justice, seen a big reprint here, big resurgence. Karmic Justice is mean. It's one of those cards that does not make friends at the commander table, but great for the Enchanter deck, Like, or just your artifact deck. I mean, that's just like, fine, if you need to mess with me, I'm going to destroy your permanents back. Like, you better not have board state. Now, the control player doesn't care because they're like, you can destroy target permanent, but you can take their lands down, so it does make them think. At least you make them think. Oppression. Whenever a player casts a spell, that player discards a card. I have not seen this card in some time. Boy, this is another lose your friends and commander enchantment, but it is good. It is good. You can hear I kind of like that. Pollen shield hair. Boy, it's going berserk. It's all, this little rabbit's all kicked up on that little bumping powder there. It's a little +X+X. And creature tokens you control get +1/+1. This might even be better than that bunny corn in some ways, like in go wide decks, possibly. It's really interesting to see what this green-white strat's going to be. I think the color pairs in this set are very interesting. Court of Garenbrig. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among up to 2 target creatures. Then if you're the monarch, double the number. Pretty nice for 3. I mean, there's some good +1/+1 strats that do like this. All these Hydra builds. I mean, yeah. You want to become the monarch. I think the real trick with these beautiful court cards is flashing them into play so that you can get that first upkeep trigger. Because if you can flash it in before your turn and become the monarch and then hit your upkeep, huge. I mean, just that alone, one cycle for 3 is going to be very good. And then if you can retain being the monarch. Plus, I just like having the monarch in the commander environment. That's a lot of fun. Fontsbane Troll. Oh, he eats deers. He gets a monster roll, and he's a fighter. Oh, that's very trollish of him. He's a troll. Hatching Plans. Beautiful art again. Garrick's Uprising. Gorgeous mountain. Look at those little mine tracks there. Ruby. Daring Tracker. Shrouded Shepherd. Eerie Interference. Fell Horseman. Skewer Slinger, Wicked Visitor, and the Rat Catcher Trainee. Gotta go catch a rat. It's like The Departed over there. Gotta catch a rat. Talion's Messenger, blue and 2, flying. Whenever you attack with 1 or more fairies, draw a card, then discard a card. When you discard a card, put a +1/+1 counter on target fairy you control. Not bad. This has got to be great with like Fairy Miscreant, right? Between those two as a fairy package alone, you're getting so much great card draw. Talion's Messenger, not bad. A little looter effect. Little anime style Aggravated Assault, not bad, not bad. He's got this cool anime hood. It's a beautiful little anime artist signature. Aggravated Assault, just beautiful. So there we go. Very nice, very nice. Ooh. And a little Ashiok action there. And the cool showcase art. Really love that art. Look at that. That's wild. I love Ashiok too. Always interesting character. And here it is in mono black. If you'd pay life while your library has at least that many cards, exile cards from the top of your library instead. Sounds pretty good to get pretty aggressive. Look at the top card. I mean, there's some crazy chains. Like that piece of text with like Necropotence and other things will let you steal a lot of your library, right? Like in Commander, you can go really deep and see your whole library with that, and then, yeah, right? I'm reading that right? Like there's some funky, not quite a combo in the sense of like an infinite loop, but definitely like hugely powered plays with those abilities. So awesome to see. Spiteful Hexmage. This is the next Tenacious Underdog, right? The next 10 dog right here. Black for 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, create a cursed roll. I mean, on a creature you control, but that's fine. Put it on something that doesn't matter, you know? And if you put another roll on it, like if you've got other rolls in your deck, that won't matter either. So not a huge deal, but is that the new Tenacious Underdog possibly? We'll find out. The End. A greater card, a return of lobotomy effects. Exile target, for 4, exile target creature or planeswalker. Search its graveyard, hand, and library for any number. They do draw a card for each card exiled from their hand this way, so it's not true card advantage in that way, but you're really hitting something on the board. Like most times that's not going to hit you too bad. Like maybe they have one more in their hand, but for icing out those key problematic creatures and planeswalkers, this is going to become like a key piece of constructed removal. Very nice. The End. Raid Bombardment. It's a classic. Whenever a creature you control with power 2 or less attacks, it deals 1 damage. Little sparkly guy there. Intangible virtue. All your tokens are getting pumped and have vigilance as well. Oop, wrong pile of those. Beautiful forest. Look at that. Gorgeous. These storybook arts look even better in real life. Gallant Pie Wielder. He's ready to go. Fairy Dream Thief. Beautiful. Graceful Takedown. The Crystal Grotto. That's where we like to hang out on Sundays. Snare Master Sprite. And Kellen's Light Blades. Alrighty. Here we go. There's our beautiful food. There's our foil Showcase Restless Fortress on top. Ooh, very nice. Anime Smothering Tithe. Boom. Another big hit there. Wow. At the time of filming, this is going for quite a few dollars. So between that and Beseech the Mirror and foil and that Ashiok and the Throne, we're probably over box price here. At the time of this video, it is release weekend, so those prices are going to come down. But we did quite well. Twining Twins. Twining Twins or Twinning Twins? Is it 2 N's for twinning and 1 for twining? In any case, they exile a creature token, so they blink and they make you think. That's what they do. It's a big fairy, though. Some big fairies in this set. What do we got? Elevair of the Wild Court in a Showcase foil there, or a borderless foil, as it were. Excuse me. When she enters battlefield or attacks, create a virtuous roll attached to another target creature. When enchanted creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Very good. Are rolls enchantments, technically? I'm not too keen on the rules for rolls, so are they enchantments? That's fascinating if they are. Nice little mythic there. Bramble Familiar. Cute. It's a raccoon made of plants. Oh, this is the one with the big adventure cost, but you can go back to your hand. I think this is fascinating, kind of like invert what we expect of an adventure. Mill 7, then put a creature, enchantment, or land from the milled cards onto the battlefield. That's a big effect. It's also kind of a little gambly, wambly. I mean, if you have mana to just burn, I guess do it, right? Utopia Sprawl. Lovely to see you reprinted. Takes me back to those Craterhoof Nykthos decks, just doing that busted combo on turn 3 and 4. Strangleroot Geists getting pumped and coming through for the win. Beautiful planes there. Beautiful, sad planes. Twisted Fealty. Boundary Lands Ranger succumb to the gold. Witch's Mark. Obira's Attendants. Sweet Tooth Witch. And Merry Bards. Alrighty. 4 packs to go, but we're kind of hitting it out of the park here. This has been a good box. Food token. Sanguine Bond, always nice. Some cool new art to bring it to the deck there too. Leyline of Lightning, not a duplicate there too. That was nice to see. Not a duplication. With our top card, Leyline of Lightning. Whenever you cast a spell, pay 1. If you do, it deals 1 damage to target creature, to target player or planeswalker. You know, don't love Leyline of Lightning. That's pretty meh. Virtue of Persistence, though. That's one we do like. Great removal here. Down in the corner, target creature gets -3/-3, and you gain 2 life. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, put a creature card from your graveyard on the battlefield. That's a real deal. There's some hype around Virtue of Persistence, certainly. I'm not sure where all these big manas are coming from, but there's some good ramp in this set. So maybe the future of some constructed formats is Battle Cruiser Magic. But this is a nice little mythic there. So a great pull for us there. We kind of ran the table on the high end there. We're just looking for the Sky Cavalry or the Cauldron to really get the trifecta of the big mythics in the set. Ogre Chitterlord, he likes his chitters. He's a 6/5 for 6 with Menace. And when he enters the battlefield or attacks, makes 2 1/1 rats that can't block. Then if you have 5 or more rats, man, this is a red Grave Titan, right? This is a red Grave Titan. Huh. Is this a thing? Like Grave Titan was a thing. And Grave Titan was pretty good for a long time, just like, he's not fancy, but he's on rate and oppressive like this guy. When he enters the battlefield, you get 2 rats. If you've got 5 or more rats get this big pump too. Like he can just send your rats in a huge go wide. If he shows up and those 2 extra rats put you over the line, right? Like you have a bunch of attacking rats that have +2/+0. Huh, Ogre Chitterlord, kind of opening my eyes. Ooh, very nice pack here. Foil Mythic Will, Scion of Peace. Blue-white 1, Vigilance. Spells you cast this turn that are white or blue cost X. X to cast, where X is a life you gain this turn. activate as a sorcery. There's some fun things to do with that during your main phase. I mean, Sphinx's Rev and other cards like that, and just persistent life gain. I mean, hey, turning into a cost off for this guy. This is a fun commander. Blue white life gain, and then you drop him down as like a clutch to start casting giant haymakers and get your consecrated Sphinxes out there and just really start cashing in on this giant amount of mana you have. Sarah Avatar even. That's a cool card. Will, sign a piece. Very nice little mythic pack there. That was a good pack for us. Compulsion. And Grasp of Fate. God, I'm in love with this Grasp of Fate art. Look at that. That's so beautiful. Really, they knocked it out of the park on these. An absolute knockout with the art style in this set. Johan, Apprentice Sorcerer. Dutiful Griffin. Look at that beautiful fantasy art there. Those little sparkling magic. Imodane's Recruiter. Savior of the Sleeping. Ice Out. Spider Food. Leaping Ambush. Spider Food. This is how they're going to reprint Lord of the Rings cards, everyone. Look at that. See that? Okay, food. Okay, foil anime repercussion on top. Not bad. Another foil little anime card there. That's a mythic as well. Leyline of Abundance. That's a fun one. Gorgeous art on these ley lines. If it's in your opening hand, it starts on the battlefield, of course. Whenever you tap a creature for mana, make an additional green. So great for little mana dork decks. Freyalise deck would be great with this. And then for 8, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So you kind of want to... This brings some synergies together. They're kind of like Llanowar Elf into Hardened Scales type deck. So very cool there. Scalding Viper. On its adventure, it's blue and 1, return target non-land permanent, so kind of a tempo card to its owner's hand, and then red and white, whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value 3 or less, it deals 1 damage, so the idea would be to hit something 3 or less. Like, I like this card in a vacuum. It's just hard for me to see this playing well in tempo, like kind of a whiff at rare. Oh, there's another showcase of our little mythic there from the commander slots. Elevair, showing up again. Godric, Cloaked Reveler. Haste, and he's a celebrationist. A celebrant, a celebrator. 2 red and 1. He's a 3/3 with haste, which is a nice rate there. Human Noble. And as long as 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield, he's a dragon. And it's a 4/4 dragon. And it's got fire breathing. And he's got flying. So, not bad. Not bad. I mean, a surprise dragon, you just need one other card to appear. So, if you have something that made a treasure that turn, on turn 4, this shouldn't be too hard to activate. Him and that little mouse, you know, the little battle rager. Interesting. Impact Tremors, beautiful foil art on that Impact Tremors. Look at that. Glorious. Dark Tutelage, in love. Yeah, absolutely in love with that art. Abigail Larson, shout out. We're shouting Abigail out. That's gorgeous art. That's so sick. Kudos, Abigail. Plains, Ashiok's Reaper, Galvanic Giant, Troyan, Gutsy Explorer, the Vidalcan that escaped Ravnica. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Slumbering Keepguard, Charmed Clothier, Warehouse Tabby, and the Minecart Daredevil. We absolutely put those in the wrong spot. Okay. Food token. Song of Totentens. Oh, red and X. Create X, 1/1 black rats. Creatures you control gain haste. Okay. That's spicy. Just a rat bomb. Oh, beautiful. Blind Obedience. Lovely. Artifacts and creatures your opponents control enter the beautiful battlefield tap, but also extort. Kismet with extort. Very nice. Restless Bivouac in the showcase. Haven't seen that yet. It becomes a 2/2 Ox. Whenever it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Now that's pretty fun. Gorgeous art on this card too. That Bivouac is restless. Oh, yay, Lord Skitter. Seen some action with Lord Skitter, and there he is in his little borderless art, you know. Love that. Beautiful Lord Skitter. And Sir Ginger. Boy, some high profile like story rares. Little foil Sir Ginger. 2 colors for Sir Ginger, the Meal Ender. He's a food knight, and he's a legendary artifact creature. He has trample, hexproof, and haste as long as an opponent controls a planeswalker. Whenever another artifact you control is put in the graveyard from a battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on him and scry 1. 2 colors and tap, you gain life equal to its power. So there's a lot going on with this card. One thing I'll say is wild that it's a planeswalker that makes him super aggro. But you know what? Forget about that. For 2 colorless, an artifact that does these bottom 2 lines, I mean, tons of great Breya, like Breya synergies here on the second line. Whenever an artifact you control is put in the graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on him and scry 1. I mean, you can get these Breya stacks up a bunch, get these scry triggers, and you do it twice with the Breya effect. He's going to be at 5 tap and then gain 5 life. Like, this guy's a little engine. I see a lot of him in the future. This is a very nice utility body to bring some very potentially synergistic effects together. Curiosity. The other Abigail Larson art in foil, just absolutely knock it out of the park. I love everything going on with this card. Like, this one's getting sleeved up just as a personal favorite. Like that. Look at how dope that is. Come on. You Abigail, you have no business going this hard, girl. You can get right out of town. Season of Growth. Gorgeous. Mountain. Stroke of Midnight. Woodland Acolyte. Gadwick's First Duel. Water Wings. Scarecrow Guide. Barrow Naughty. And Armory Mice. Love the Armory Mice. Love them. They're so cute. Okay, last pack. Let's see. And quite a good little box for us. Let's see what we get. Any big whammies to finish out here? Food. Hilda's Crown. Tap target creature. Costs 1 less to activate during your turn, which is just tapping creatures on your turn for 0. Not bad. Sack it. Draw a card for each tap creature your opponent controls. That's not bad for 3. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. Ooh, Omniscience. There we go. A little mythic action on top. Love this art on Omniscience. You may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana costs. Always a funky card, but if you do it right, it'll win. Love the art here. Love the art. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Gumdrop Poisoner. I think this card's art is a little wild, personally. Yeah, it's just a little edgy there for Magic, you know? But pretty cool, pretty cool. Wildwood Mentor. Interesting to see blacks take on food in the last couple sets with Lord of the Rings, and then this one, Wildwood Mentor. 3 Blind Mice is really fun with this little eyeball. There's a token for this card as well that has the eyeball. And there we are. Dark Tutelage. Curiosity again. Gorgeous. Love that. The 2 double Abigailed it with the foil. Love it. Abigail Larson, this one's for you. Swamp. Archive Dragon. Collector's Vault. The Princess Takes Flight. Rats Out. Rat Out. Oh, he got ratted out. Diminishing Witch and Return from the Wild. So we'll do a quick recap. We actually hit quite well. Let's take a look at our mythics. So that's our little commander mythic action there. And we also pulled the Throne of Eldraine, which is just a rare but quite good. Let's see. How do we do? Did we pull much mythics in these other slots? I think we pulled them all as we got them. Nope, Virtue of Strength. One of the other virtues. And a few more. We got this guy. And I think we pulled the rest. We were pretty diligent. So, yeah, nice little mythic pull. Omniscience, Virtue of Strength, 2 Elevair from the commander. This one's not a mythic, but it's good. Throne of Eldraine, Repercussion in the anime style foil, Will Sign foil, Virtue of Persistence showcase, Anime Showcase, Smothering Tide, gotta love that. Ashiok in the showcase, very, very nice. And a foil, Beseech the Mirror. So this has been a great box. I hope you all get out there to check out this awesome set. Enjoy fall, more to come throughout the year. And in other words, peace.